All right, everybody, welcome back for another deep dive. Today, we're going somewhere that might surprise you.
Oh,
We're diving into the world of written communication, specifically how it impacts Canadian construction.
really? I have to admit,
Yeah.
when I think construction, I'm thinking like, heavy machinery and blueprints and
Oh, the action, yeah.
yeah, exactly. Not so much, like writing memos.
Totally.
Eh,
But that's exactly why this is so interesting. We're talking about the documents, the reports, the emails,
Right.
the stuff that actually shapes these huge GE projects, right?
Yeah.
A misplaced comma in a contract, a vague sentence in a safety report.
Ooh, that's a good point.
That can have some pretty serious consequences down the line. We're not kidding around here.
No, no, absolutely not.
So to get into the nitty-gritty of this, we're turning to the Gold Seal training series. Have you heard of this?
Oh, absolutely. It's like the gold standard for
Yeah.
professional development in the Canadian construction industry.
Exactly.
Ah,
And the module we're looking at is all about communicating clearly and ethically. It's specifically designed for folks working towards getting their certification. And let me tell you, this training is not just about, like, proper grammar and punctuation.
it's not.
No, it goes way deeper.
Yeah.
It talks about how clear communication is tied to ethical responsibility.
Hmm. Interesting.
Because think about it.
Yeah.
All those reports, those meeting minutes, those emails,
Right.
that's a permanent record of what happened on a project.
That's a really good point. I hadn't really thought about it like that before.
Right. It can have repercussions for years down the road.
Absolutely.
So let's dive into some specifics. The training mentions a whole bunch of different document types. Things like progress reports, meeting minutes, statutory declarations. I mean, what makes these so important to the grand scheme of things?
Well, it's like this. Think of these documents as the official story of the project. It's not just, keeping things organized. It's about creating this record, right? So let's say there's a dispute down the line about whether a specific safety measure was in place. If it's not documented in a report or in the minutes from a meeting, it's like it never even happened.
Oh, wow.
And then you're in trouble.
Yeah, that's a bit scary. So it's not just about keeping the client happy. It's about protecting everyone involved, right?
Exactly. And the Canadian construction industry, they take this seriously. They have specific standards for all of this. They're called CCDC documents.
CCDV documents. Yeah, I've heard of those. But to be honest, I always found them a bit intimidating.
Oh, I get it. They can seem pretty dense. But honestly, they're there to make things clearer. It's all about transparency. Take CCDC2, for example. You're working on a project with a fixed price.
Okay.
CCDC2 spells out exactly what's included in that price so everyone knows what to expect. No surprises. Or let's talk about CCDC9. That one deals with payments. Specifically, statutory declarations, which, by the way, are essential for proving that subcontractors have been paid properly.
Right. So these documents can actually help prevent disputes from happening in the first place.
Exactly. And when you think about how much money is often involved in these projects,
Oh, yeah.
preventing those kinds of conflicts is
Yeah.
hugely important.
Absolutely.
But, and here's the thing, even with the best planning,
Hmm.
things don't always go smoothly, right?
Right.
You get delays, materials arrive late, maybe there are unforeseen issues. That's construction for you. But when those bumps in the road happen, that's when those carefully crafted documents become super important.
So you're saying having good records can actually help resolve things fairly.
Precisely. It's all about having that paper trail, that evidence.
Okay, so can you give me like a real-world example of how this might actually play out?
Sure, absolutely. Let's imagine a project gets delayed, let's say because of bad weather.
Okay. Yeah.
Now, if the contractor has been diligently documenting those weather conditions, like in their daily reports, then it's much easier to justify that delay, right? They've got the proof, and they can avoid any penalties. But if they haven't been keeping good records,
Oh.
it turns into a he said, she said situation, and nobody wins in those scenarios.
It's like you're almost building your case as you go, just in case things go sideways.
You got it. You're thinking like a construction lawyer now. But it's not all just about the legal and financial stuff. Remember, the training is called Communicate Clearly and Ethically.
Right, right. It's not just about what you say, but how you say it.
Exactly. So imagine a progress report that kind of downplays a safety concern.
Ooh, that's not good.
Not only is that unethical, but it could have real consequences for the workers on that site. Or think about a contractor who maybe misrepresents their qualifications in a bid,
Hmm.
that erodes trust and can damage the whole project.
Right. So it sounds like if I'm aiming for that Gold Seal certification,
Mm-hmm.
mastering these communication skills isn't just like checking a box.
It's not a box check.
No, it's a fundamental part of being a responsible professional in this industry.
Absolutely. It's about showing that you're committed to transparency, accuracy, ethical conduct. It's really the foundation of a successful and sustainable career in construction.
Okay, so to sum it all up for everyone listening, clear, written communication is the bedrock of any successful construction project in Canada.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
It's about protecting everyone involved. It's about building trust, ensuring safety, and ultimately creating a more efficient, ethical industry.
Well said.
Now, before we wrap up, here's a little something to ponder. If this kind of clear communication is so vital in construction,
Yeah.
what other industries could benefit from this same level of attention to detail? I mean, think about it.
Interesting.
Healthcare, finance, maybe even our personal lives. Just a thought to leave you with. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.
It's been a pleasure.
Until next time.
See you then.